What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for Season of Discovery. Now, over the last 24 hours, we've actually had some class changes happening in Phase 2 of Season of Discovery. And this is possibly the first class changes that we have seen so far, and they have been really, Agren has been vocal on Twitter about this. They're trying not to disturb the class meta too much, and they're trying not to make too many changes too hastily. They just want to let things play out. That being said, there are a couple of classes that are vastly outperforming others in certain areas of the game. Think about Boomkins in PvP, Shadow Priest in PvP. There's some classes that are outliners basically, but we've gotten some fixes, so let's talk about them. One of them literally just came out, and we'll start with that one today. That is the Shadow Priest. So right here, we can see a brand new blue post, which is basically just talking about the Shadow Priest, which is coming with a scheduled weekly maintenance, added to the OP here, as we now intend to make the following adjustments, or additional adjustments with the weekly scheduled maintenance. For priests, Mind Spike damage is going to be increased by 10%, Void Plague damage is going to be increased by 10% as well, so a small buff there to 2 abilities, and then the nerf. Shadow Word Death base damage before modifiers has been decreased by 40%. Now, it is worth noting, once again, it's before modifiers, so you have modifiers afterwards, which will increase the damage even more, but the base damage before anything else being applied is decreased by 40%. And the spell power coefficient has been adjusted to 42.9, and this one was 64.3. So overall, they're taking a lot of damage away from that one instant hit and spreading it out more evenly across other spells like Mind Spike and also Void Plague. Overall, I think it's a good change, and it's something once again, the whole thing here was that Shadow Word Death, it's literally one-shotting people. A brand new Shadow Priest who just hit level 40 in our guild is one-shotting other casters that have Gnomeregan raid loot gear. A brand new level 40 is one-shotting people with level 40 gear. Now, that shouldn't really happen, right? But they're still able to do more DPS, so they're still able to do roughly the same DPS, but it's just spread more evenly out across more abilities. I don't know if this will be an overall DPS increase or DPS decrease, but the gist here is that they're trying to take damage away from instant hitting abilities that can one-shot people and spread them out more. For developers note, overall this should result in a 33 to 40% damage reduction on Shadow Word Death, depending on the amount of spell power the priest has. Shadow Word Death has been doing a larger percentage of overall priest damage than intended, and we feel like this should begin to put additional pressure on healers in PvE, as spell power gear improves and the damage that priests inflict on themselves continues to scale upwards. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword in this case. It could also prove to be increasingly oppressive in PvP, as it's an instant attack that can be used on the move, from range with very little counterplay. Basically, Star Surge. It's Star Surge but for priests, plus it has a hit back, because you take damage as well, right? So overall, I think it's a good change on this one, and kind of necessary as well. Let me know in the comments what you think. That is only one of multiple class changes to talk about here. This is one that's coming up. We also have a couple that has already gone out. Another one that is worth to talk about here is this one. It's the Subjugate Demon. This one made it so you could actually, if you were in a PvP, and you're playing against a warlock in Metamorph could actually be Subjugate Demon or controlled by someone else for a long time. I think it was until the person decided to no longer control him, or you had to Alt F4. So if you're a warlock in demo form, for example, or meta form in Strangleton Vale, someone else could control you, and there's pretty much nothing you can do about it, except Alt Tab, or not Alt Tab, but Alt F4, and then come back. There was nothing else you could do, really. So this one was kind of broken. I'm really happy they did something here. They fixed it to some degree, and yeah, it was never intended to allow someone to control another player for that long. To address the problem, a change went in last night to decrease the duration of Subjugate Demon against players down from 5 minutes to 10 seconds, so you could literally control another player for 5 whole minutes with diminishing returns. Yeah, because previously you could do 5 minutes, then just cast it one more time and do 5 more minutes. There are some cool class interactions out there that feel niche that we hope to retain within reason, especially in player versus player environments. Thank you for all the bug reports, we appreciate it. Now, we have a couple of class changes that has already come out, but I have not covered on this channel, so we're gonna go through those as well right here. Now, this is Druid, Shaman, Mage, and Paladin. So, for the Druid, Swipe now scales with attack power, gaining 10% of attack power as damage. The threat caused by Swipe has been greatly increased. The Berserk rune now also causes Lacerate to hit 3 targets, and the duration of Rip has been increased to 16 seconds, this used to be 12. The next Starfire, cast after Star Surge rune ability, now has the damage increased to 80%, this used to be 66. So a couple of druids were complaining about this not being big enough, and Starfire just still felt too weak compared to all of their other spells, so now you have a better, like, it gives you more of a reason to use it, right? Not really the biggest increase here, but 80% is definitely more than 66. Corrected a bug causing this bonus damage to be lower than intended at level 40. For Shamans, the dual wield specialization rune now provides 50% bonus damage to your offhand weapon swings. Lava Lash now gains 50% increased damage if Flame Tongue weapon is imbued on the offhand, and the proc chance of Maelstrom weapon is now roughly 50% higher when your main hand weapon or your two-handed weapon is imbued with Wind Fury weapon. That's actually pretty cool. I don't really know how much this will push them up on the damage meters. I don't play Horde, so if anyone knows anything about Shamans, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear how they're performing, or especially after this change, if they're like going to be good now. For Mages, I'm playing a Mage. This one is fantastic. Conjure Water rank 5 will now conjure a full stack of 20, which each cast. This one used to be 2. I don't know if this is a typo, by the way, because I'm still crafting 10, not 20. One cast crafts me 10 water. I'm not complaining, by the way, that's way better than 2, but it's 20, not 10. For now, for me, I don't know, I've tried it like in different places. I was doing it in Strangletorn, I did it in a raid today, literally today, it's still 10. So if it's a typo or supposed to be 20, I don't know, but for now it's 10. This used to be 2. Developers note the tooltip will still indicate that only 2 are conjured. We hope to adjust the tooltip in the future. For Paladins, Art of War now reduces the mana cost of Exorcism and Holy Shock by 80% when active, and Beacon of Light base mana cost has now been greatly decreased. The Paladin changes above were activated on all Season of Discovery realms yesterday, February 14th. The Paladin changes. In this region, the rest of the changes will go live on February 20th. Okay, so the other changes are not in, but the Mage stuff is in as well. Yeah, were activated yesterday. Interesting. So some of them are in and some of them are not in. Either way, let me know what you think about everything here in the comments down below. Is your class affected, and if so, positively or negatively? Once again, let me know, and let me know your thoughts on everything as well in the comments down below. I will say that if you are struggling to make gold in Season of Discovery, as a bunch of us are, I mean, the mount cost us 100 gold, or I guess 80 gold, then we have you seen the brand new recipes that we're getting from Gnormrigan? If you want to get your epic right now, it's 250 gold. Like, what is that? First of all, the recipe itself is 25 gold. If you have 2 professions, that is 50 gold, so 25 times 2, and then you have the recipes for the blue stuff as well, the blue materials, or the blue reagents. Everything is so expensive. There's some pretty big gold sinks in the game right now, and even the quest chain to unlock the epics as well. It's pretty long and it costs you a little bit of gold, so if you are struggling with gold, then definitely consider checking out my gold making guide that I've made for Classic WoW. It's linked down below. You can use the code Solheim to get half price. We have a bunch of gold farms in early access that you get access to right now, and they're going up on YouTube on like a daily basis, but you can use them before they go public. In addition, I'm going to be sharing the best gold making secrets that I've used so far in Phase 2, including flipping, crafting, and just making several thousand gold. I've literally already made 2,500 to 3,000 gold in profit so far in phase 2, and I'm gonna show you how in that guide and in like early access videos. So once again, struggling to make gold, want to make more gold, check it out, the link will be down below. Either way, that's the video for today. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace.